This. All right, Jenny Carlson here, the Body Image Builder. Thank you so much for coming to the free webinar. 'Tis the season to be sad? Yeah. No, we don't want to be sad this season. So that's why you're here. We're going to help you learn how to overcome that. So let me ask you guys a couple questions first. How many of you guys, just answer yourselves, how many of you have ever thought during the holidays, man, I sure love those dark days. I love that it gets dark around 6 o'clock and then I just get to like stay in bed all night long. Or how many of you ever thought, man, the holidays are so peaceful and it's so easy to just get everything done that needs to get done. Now, maybe the holidays are peaceful for you, and maybe you do like the darkness. For me, it was crippling. The dark days and the short days, and it was cold outside, so I couldn't go out there and play with my kids and friends. I mean, I could, but you have to bundle up. It was really hard for me. And so I wanted to kind of tell you guys a little bit about some of the things that I have overcome personally and how it's helped me, and I hope that it can help you too. So that is my goal today, is that you come away with at least one tool that you can use to help you go further in your life, even if you've never suffered from S.A.D, seasonal affective disorder, or even if you've never had crippling stress, anxiety, or depression. Because that's the other S.A.D I like to do, right? Stress, anxiety, depression. It kind of goes along with seasonal affective disorder. A lot of people only get it during the holiday season. And that's how I was. The winters, I always had depression, but the winters were always super hard for me. So just a little bit about me. Body Image Builder. I've been the Body Image Builder for over 5 years now. My mission is to help women. So if there's some men on here, I love you too. Just know that I gear most of my stuff towards women. It can be helpful for men also. But for 5 years, my mission has been to help women overcome some of these body image issues that we have. You know, we're bombarded by social media with how we're supposed to look, and thanks to Pinterest, how our home is supposed to be decorated and how our kids are supposed to look, and it can be overwhelming and frustrating. And I struggled with my body image for a really long time, and wanted to help share with people like today some of the things that I did to help me learn to love who I am as I am. And those are powerful tools. Now, for over a decade, I was a S.A.D survivor. And it's even funny to say it that way. I was a S.A.D survivor. Because I literally just survived seasonal affective disorder. I literally just survived being depressed. I mean, I was depressed for well over a decade. The winter came around and it was 1,000 times worse. I mean, I literally would stay in bed. And I had heard about the light therapy and the vitamin D and don't eat sugar and exercise. And it's like I would get out of bed, I'd go exercise, I'd take my vitamin D, I'd eat a healthy breakfast, and I'd get back in bed. And right by my nightstand, I'd turn on the light. So I'd have light therapy while I'm laying in bed. But I still wasn't getting out of bed. I still couldn't do those normal daily function tasks. Like showering was so hard. And like get ready to go to a Halloween or a holiday party. I was just miserable. It was so hard to get up and get going. And I literally just survived it. Spring would come around and I'd be able to go outside, and before the snow was even melted, if I could sit on my deck in the sunshine, I would just sit there and breathe in the sunshine and just like be just so excited the day I could actually take my shoes off and put them on the grass. That was like, and shed my winter coat, my winter depression, and I would be normal again. I survived another year. Well, I was sick of surviving, and so I researched and researched and researched, and I found all the same things. I found light therapy, vitamin D, exercise, special diets. And I was already doing all of these things. I thought, what's wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? I must be a horrible person. I'm all alone. Nobody understands me. I mean, have you ever felt that way? I really thought I must have been crazy because I didn't know anybody else that was struggling like I was. Now, since I've been doing this a little bit longer, since I've finally been able to get out of it, I have talked to quite a few people who have really struggled with this. And I'm really glad that I have found a way to help me get out of it. So not only do I survive SAD, so no longer am I a survivor of SAD, I thrive in the wintertime now. I still really miss going outside. I'm no snow bunny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a summer baby all the way. So winter, it is like, oh, but I find things to do and I still have a fun time. I don't lay in bed all day long now. So yay for that. I celebrate all of that I can. So today, what I want you guys to take out of this is some information about, I'm not saying that light therapy is bad, that vitamin D is bad, that you shouldn't diet and exercise. Well, don't diet, but I mean, like, eat a healthy food-based meal program. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do any of those things, because like I said, I was doing those. And who knows how bad I would have been had I not been doing those things. I'm not here to say that those are bad. They just didn't completely work for me. I just was surviving that way. And if you've ever met me, you know that I'm all about eating healthy and exercising and taking the proper supplements that your body needs. So, but this is a little different because those weren't working for me. And when I did all my research, they weren't working for me. So for you, what I want you to do is I want you to come away with some knowledge about how maybe the seasons affect you. And it might not be depression. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's stress. Maybe you always get sick over the holiday season. Maybe you get overwhelmed. You're just overwhelmed and you don't feel like you can manage properly. It doesn't necessarily have to be seasonal affective disorder or stress, anxiety, depression. However, I feel like the stress, anxiety, depression kind of covers a lot of it. So it's a really big, broad spectrum that we're going to be going into today. So I want you to come away with kind of some knowledge about how these things happen. Why do we get stressed? Why do we have anxiety? Why do we get depressed? And then I want you to know, I want you to learn at least one new tool. I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch with you, so I hope at least one of them is new or you see it a new way. Because really, in our universe, I think everything's kind of already been done, but it hasn't been done by Jenny. So this is Jenny's way of surviving, or not surviving, we already talked about that, about thriving. This is Jenny's way of looking at these tools. My unique life experience, my certifications and my background as a personal trainer, nutrition coach, yoga instructor, and mentor and presenter. These are my unique ways of using these tools. So hopefully you maybe, even if you don't learn something new, you learn a new way of looking at the tool or a new way of using the tool that you haven't thought of before. And that to me is a success. So, meat and potatoes. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, so stress, anxiety, and depression. We're going to kind of talk about those three in a lump sum because depression usually happens is the seasonal affective. People with SAD usually just get it in the winter. But I think stress and anxiety has a play too. Now, typically, what's happening when you're stressed out, when you're anxious, or you're depressed, is that you are separated from yourself. So let me kind of back up a little bit. So we have a body, right? We have these flesh, and then underneath the flesh, we have these bones. So we have a body. We have a mind. Inside this skull here, we've got this brain that thinks. Now, I know there's probably a lot of people out there that are walking around that have the flesh and brain, but they may be brain dead. But that's okay. Everybody's on their own journey. So we have the flesh, we have our body, we have our mind, and then we have the energy around us, okay? Aura, spirit, light, energy, whatever you call it. I typically call it my spirit or my soul, my higher self, right? So we have those three aspects of ourselves. And so when I'm talking about you're separated from yourself, it means that your body is here in the present moment because this is where our body exists. Our body, like experiment time. Are you ready? Okay, I want you to say your name tomorrow. No. Okay, that one doesn't work. Dang it. Yeah, you can't do that. Let's see. What if can you clap tomorrow? Go ahead, right now. Clap for tomorrow. We can't do it. Okay, wait. No. Jump around in a circle yesterday. We can't do it because our bodies only exist right now in the present moment. Now our minds, they can go zoom, 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 and they can like go to the future and they can create a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. They can zoom to the past just as fast and like, remember when, and you shoulda, coulda, woulda, and oh my gosh, what if, what if, what if, what if. So we're always like, the brain is always going future or past. Right? It's never like, not never, but it's very rarely here in the present moment we're thinking on the things that we need to do or the things that we didn't do or should have done. And so we're always in these two places. So typically we get really separated. Now our spirit, our energy, is most powerful in the present moment. Now, the whole spirit, where it really exists, is a whole other seminar, but it is the most present, or it is the most powerful in the present moment. So if your body's here in the present and your spirit is waiting to take action, to do the things that it's meant to do, but your brain is so busy going like this, then nothing comes together. Nothing really gets created the way that you would really like it to get created. I mean, if you look around right now, the way your life is, your situations, you have created that. And sometimes that's a really hard pill to swallow. But if you take a look at your thoughts, where you're going in the past and you're going in the future, and like, I kind of want this, but I kind of don't. And I kind of want this, and I kind of don't. I don't know really what I want. I don't want stress, or I don't want depression. Whatever, the spirit's going, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And the body's going, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And the mind's going, ah! So you're like totally separated. And so that causes a lot of stress. It causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. Now, typically, they fall into different categories. So when you're in the past, is when you get depressed. When you're thinking about the past is when you get depressed, because there's all these things weighing on you that you feel like you should have done, but you didn't. And so it gets heavy and it creates this depression in you. Depressed. Now, if you're thinking about the future, is typically when anxiety sets in, because you're just like, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And am I gonna have time? And am I gonna make it? And what's gonna happen? And what about this? And so you just gotta get really, and you can't control it because that's tomorrow or next week or next month. And same with depression. I mean, that was last week, last year, last decade. But it's weighing on you, or it's freaking you. I call it future tripping. You're future tripping. And stress is just when something is too heavy for you to bear, when it's just, you don't know how to take care of it. And so it just causes you stress. And so you become separated. And you don't know how to create things. So we want to bring that back together. And one of the best ways to do that is to have goals. Wait, but it's not New Year's. I still have a couple more weeks before I'm supposed to be talking about this. You get it early, because I don't think there's ever a bad time to work on goals. Now is always a good time, don't you think? I think so. Okay, so goals. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? So usually when we talk, we do, I don't want this. I don't want stress. I don't want my kids to be late for school. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be poorer. Excuse me. We talk about things that we don't want. But let's talk about the law of the drive-through. Are you ready for this? Now we get in our car and we drive, and we're going to go get some food because we're hungry. It is lunchtime, right? So we're driving and we're going to get some food. And we pull up to a really yummy drive-through, healthy food, right? And we roll down the window, and the little speaker comes over the phone. May I please take your order? And you go, sure. Well, I don't want a corn dog, and I don't want a cheeseburger. I don't want French fries, and I don't want Coke. Is that going to work? Are they going to know what you want? They're not. You have to tell them what you want. So goals, you have to write down what it is that you want. And if you kind of struggle with what you want, start by writing down all the things you don't want. I don't want stress. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to be sick. Whatever are the things you don't want, start writing those down. Then on the other page, Go, okay, what's the opposite of stress? Peace. I want peace. Yes, I want peace in my life. And then what does that look like to you? What does peace look like to you? Describe it in detail. The more detailed you can get, the better, because like the drive-through, law of the drive-through, if I just drive up and say I want a hamburger, and then they pull up and they hand me a hamburger and it's bun, meat, and bun, but I wanted lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, mushrooms, onions, am I gonna be happy with what I got? No. So I have to tell them, okay, I want a bacon cheeseburger with sauteed mushrooms, add avocado, let's take out the mayo, and let's have a side of sweet potatoes. Yeah, score. And I pull up and I get it and it's like, yay, I got it. Even if they forgot the bacon, I still love it because it's mostly what I wanted. Do you see where I'm going here? Do you see what I'm saying here? Okay. So you have to have goals. You have to know what it is that you want. And if you need to start where you don't want, start there and then write the opposite. Okay, one of my other favorite ways to work with goals is a vision board. Yay! Okay, now I know most of you have probably heard of vision board or dream board or manifestation something. It's a thing that you stick on your wall with pictures that you want. And excuse me. So it's a thing on your wall. You stick with pictures of things that you want. Now, there's kind of a trick to this because I had one for like 10 years, and I don't know that I ever pulled anything off. It was really cool. It was really neat. I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, those things would be so fun. And I just thought maybe one day they would magically appear in my life, and they never did. And so let's see, okay, we've got somebody talking here. We got to mute all the participants. If you're on the phone, would you mind pushing your mute button? We're getting some background noise. Thank you very much. Everybody's awesome. Okay, so vision boards. How to make a vision board that actually works for you. Okay, there's some tips and tools and some guidelines. So get out your pen and paper, start writing these down if you haven't already been writing. And so first rule, vision board. Between 1 and 9 items. Because if you have too many, then the brain goes, oh, this is too much. How am I supposed to make this happen? Right? And also, we want it in a frame of some sort. So if rectangular or square is boring to you, that's okay. Make it a circle or make it a heart or something, but there has to be an outline. And what that does is it tells the brain, okay, there's the border, and I'm going to pay attention to everything that's inside, and everything that's outside I don't really need to worry about at this time. And so it gives your mind a finite place to focus. So there's got to be a border between 1 and 9 items on there. And you can place them however. Now, I have mine set up where I've got, if you're familiar with feng shui, it's feng shui bagua. And if you want to look that up, you can look it up. But each square means something different, and it's all feng shui, and it's super woo-woo. But I love woo-woo. So if you love woo-woo, check out feng shui bagua, and it might float your boat. If you're like, oh, just don't do it. It's cool. It's cool. You're on your own journey, man. We love it because it's perfect. It's right where you're at. So 1 to 9 items, a border of some sort, and then have a mixture of different things up there. So on mine, I've got a money goal. I've got a career goal. I've got a vacation, because, we got to play. I've got a family goal. I've got a knowledge or skills goal, like what do I want to do to improve my knowledge or my skills? And then there's a couple of, you can have a weight goal on there, like, okay, I want to look so sassy in my size 2 jeans. Woo! Yeah, do it. So let's do it, okay? Just mix it up. All right, so we've got a border, 1 to 9 items, and kind of a mixture of different life goal areas. So the next thing we want to focus on is there has to be a visual and a verbal part to your vision board. Let me draw a picture. All right, make this so I can see here. Okay, So we got a brain. Everybody's got a brain. And we have the right side and we have the left side. I forgot which way the elbow for a minute. So we've got the right side and we've got the left side. Now the right side is visual. It has to do with images, creativity, fun, feeling stuff, like, you know, the emotions, love, happiness, joy, it has to do with all of that. The left side is verbal. All right, let's go this way. So the left side is black and white. It wants to see facts and figures, it wants to see words, and it wants to know exactly what it is that it's supposed to be, right? So in order to get your whole brain on board with your vision board, you want to have a mixture of the two, visual and verbal. So I've got a mixture of pictures for things, and sometimes things don't have a picture. Right? If you, like, say you want to experience more peace in your home. Now that's a really cool vision board thing you can put on there, but we also want to have the brain, the logic, go, okay, well, how do I know if I've accomplished peace? Okay, well, we have morning routine with our children where we have morning devotional 3 days a week. And that helps me to feel more peace. And if I do it 3 days a week for 3 weeks in a row, then it helps your logic brain go, okay, I can do this, because that's finite. So we're giving it also like a kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Something it can measure. We want it to be measurable, right? And so, but peace, how do you really take a picture of peace? I mean, you could do a peace sign, but does that really embody what you want to feel with your goal? Or could you find a picture of a family that's smiling and happy together? Right? Because that has the feeling that you want, and that's the visual. So the visual and the feeling, but then you also have, okay, 3 mornings a week or 5 mornings a week for 3 weeks, you decide what works best for you. But so you've got a mixture of both, and then your brain, this side gets it, the right side gets it, the left side gets it, and then they come together and go, okay, we can do this. And it starts bringing it up. So we have this little thing called, in our brain, oh, dropped that. Okay, so there's our brain again. This time I'm cutting in half the other way. So we have our conscious and our subconscious, okay? So our conscious, part of our, good night. Keep dropping the markers. So our conscious brain is the one that we choose how we're gonna create, what we're gonna do. The subconscious part takes care of everything automatically. So our heart's beating, our lungs are breathing, our cells are regenerating, our food is digesting. It also has our programming of our thoughts and our beliefs. Our beliefs that we hold on to are in our subconscious. And so they just happen automatically. Now, it's really cool because there's this really old part of your brain. It's up in the center of your brain, actually. So there's the right and left hemisphere, then this fits up underneath. I need to get a brain to show you guys, huh? It's a really old part of our brain that is our fight or flight or freeze part of our brain. And it goes off in 1/32 of a second. So 1 fraction 32 of a second, it goes off super fast, bam. And I'm snapping my fingers, but it's probably even faster than that it makes a decision. This is scary, I should freeze. This is scary, I should run. I'm gonna fight this one, I'm gonna fight this one. And it happens so fast. But this part up here, this prefrontal cortex, which kind of separates us from the animal kingdom, is newer. We've evolved into it. It takes 3 whole seconds to kick in, where we go, hold on, this is okay, I'm not in immediate danger, I'm going to choose to do this. Okay, so that fight, flight, or freeze is that like subconscious training, our old patterns, our old beliefs, the habits that we have, no matter how hard we want to try to get over them, we just really struggle. That's all subconscious. So this little line right here, that line right there also has a name. It's a filter, and it's called the RAS. R-A-S. reticular activating system, or the RAS, or the filter. I'm just going to call it the filter for now. So this filter between your conscious and subconscious acts as a bouncer. You ever been to a club and then you come in and it's like, hey, are you on the list? If you're not on the list, you get bounced. You don't even get to enter into the party. It's like you can peek through the windows, but you're not getting in. So these new thoughts, these new goals, these visions that we have on our vision board, or the goals that we've written down, they're not going to get past the RAS unless our body thinks, okay, we're used to this. This is normal. Like, so if we want to have, say we want to earn $1,000 extra a month on top of what we're already earning, the filter's going to go, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't earn an extra $1,000. This is what we earn. This is what we do. And so it's going to go ping, and it's going to bounce that idea right out of there. And so we want to get in. We want to get into the subconscious. But we have to do that through right and left brain, whole brain coming together to get it down into the subconscious. Are you following me so far? There's a lot of woo psychology stuff. I'm woo-woo, but I'm also science. Love science. Okay, so this RAS, to get through it faster, we have to use visual and verbal and repetition and intensity. So this is me when I stand at my vision board. Okay, vision board. Yeah, that feels so good. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. Just come to me. You can do it. I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much. I am awesome. I do earn $5,000 a month. It's easy. I love doing that. Every month. Bam, got it. So I'm really getting into it. It's not like okay, look at it, and then I go brush my teeth and I start getting dressed and go on with my day. It's like, I get into it. Intensity. And I do it every single day. Repetition. And I've got visual and verbal. What? So right brain, left brain. And did you hear me talking about my vision board? I do that out loud in front of my vision board. So now I'm getting more verbal because I'm saying it. I'm creating the frequency. You know that when we talk, we create a frequency. So I'm creating this frequency with my body, and then I also hear it. So not only am I thinking it and seeing it, but I'm speaking it and hearing it. I almost have all of the senses. So the only one that I really can't replicate is taste. I don't know how to taste $5,000. I don't know what it tastes like, but I can feel it. So I can see it, I can hear it, I can say it, I can touch it, woo, and smell it. I guess maybe you can get some money and smell that. Smell your size 2 jeans. I don't know how to replicate those, but I embrace the feeling as if it's already happened, as if I've already got it. And I give gratitude for it. Thank you so much for earning $5,000 every month. Thank you so much for being a size 2. I don't know why I keep saying size 2. I have to go figure that one out. But I imagine I already have it, and I give thanks for it and gratitude for it. In fact, one of the sayings that I've got a best practitioner, bioenergetic synchronistic technique. Now did I say that right? Anyway, I've got a best, find one, they're awesome. I can hook you up too. Anyway, one of the phrases they always have you say is, I believe I am thankful and grateful for the feeling of blank. And so I look at my vision board and it's like, I believe I am thankful and grateful for the feeling of prosperity, for the feeling of help, for the feeling of energy, for the feeling of happiness. And so I act as if I already have it. And it's awesome because it totally works. Totally works. I've got stuff flying off my vision board all the time now. Before, it used to just be this like decoration on my wall. And now it works for me. How cool is that? So if you want a vision board that works for you, take up some of these tools and tips that I'm giving you. So we've talked about goals. and we've talked about vision board. So let's take the goals and the vision board and combine them into a story. What does she mean, a story? Well, did you know that you're a really good storyteller? I mean, you are telling stories all day long. And just sit for a minute and think, what stories am I telling? Well, anytime you talk to your girlfriend or your neighbor or your husband or one of your kids and you're telling the same old story over and over and over, like, have you ever I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over and nobody ever listens to me. Yeah, you're telling a story. Oh my gosh, my boss always does this, or my coworkers, or my kids, or my husband, or I can't believe every time I go to do this, this happens. Every time the holidays come up, I get this stupid depression. Every time it's a holiday party, I get sick. Every time, you're telling a story. And you feel like it's true, and you act as though it's true. So what happens? Magic wand, bling, it becomes true. For you, because you told a story. So let's create a new story. Let's create a story that you want. So instead of the story that I hate winter, I hate that the days are dark and short, I hate that it's cold, because that was the story I used to always tell. Instead of telling that, I love winter time. I love the holiday season. I love that I get to spend more time resting and reflecting internally the things that I want. Because that's, we go through these seasons, right? And summer is the season we're outside and we're expending all this energy. And winter, we're meant to kind of come in and we're meant to kind of internalize and reflect over the year and what's happened and then look out to the next year and go, oh, what would I like to create next year? And so when I switched my story from I hate being dark and I hate it and I just want to cry and I want to lay in bed and I can't do this anymore, I changed my story to, okay, I'm going to reflect. I'm going to internalize. I'm going to take a little inventory. What are some of the successes that I had this year? And what are some of the things that I want to experience next year? I changed my story. I changed the way I talked about it. I used to always come up to friends and be like, oh my gosh, they'd ask how he's doing. And it was like, oh, I hate winter. Have you guys ever heard of that S.A.D thing, that seasonal affective disorder? Oh, I totally have that. It sucks. I hate it. I even have this light that I sit by, and it's like, it doesn't do anything for me. I was telling a story. And what happened? My story came true. Imagine that. Did you know that you were that powerful of a creator? That just by the things you say, you can create your reality. Did you know that? It's both terrifying and thrilling, right? And that depends on how you want to look at it. It depends on the story you want to create. You could be terrified and like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say if I say something wrong? I'm going to create a bad life. Or you can go, oh, cool. What am I going to create? So story time. Story time. You know that list of goals I had you write down of the things you did want, that law of the drive-through? Now I want you to put it into a story format. And include a couple of items from your vision board. And I want you to throw them in a story. Like, for example, I woke up this morning and got right out of bed. And I felt so energized and ready for the day. I went and got my sweat on. And man, I'm getting stronger and stronger every day. Look at these muscles. Yeah, so strong. Go home and the kids, the husband and I, we have a morning devotional and we start the day off so happy and so loving and we're all so helpful to each other. And as I head off to work, I get a bonus and now I make an extra $1,000 a month. So you see how I'm adding in those things on my vision board and I'm adding them in as if it's happening today, present moment. So that is the key here. It has to be positive, present tense. So it's got to be in the positive, present tense. Because you can't say stress-free. We have no stress. I am free of depression. Because if you went to the drive-up window and said, hey, drive-up window, I want free of pickles. What, are they going to be confused? They're going to be totally confused. Like, Does she want pickles or does she not want pickles? She said pickles, so I guess we give her pickles. But I said I wanted to be free of pickles. Are you picking up what I'm laying down here? So you got to put it in the positive present tense. So again, if you're writing your story and you're like, I'm not sure exactly what I want, go write down what you don't want. And then take the exact opposite. If you even need to like look up what is the opposite of the word depression, is it joy? Is it happiness? Is it elation? Is it contentment? Is it compassion? Because it could mean a whole bunch of different things to everybody. Because depression means a whole bunch of different things to everybody. Everybody deals with it differently and struggles with it differently. So you have to discover for yourself what you want it to be. And then start with a paragraph in the morning. I wake up in the morning and my life is, right? And then a paragraph at night. As I lay my head down to bed, I get to count my blessings because I have an amazing job. My husband loves me so much. My children are so kind and loving to one another. I have this beautiful, fit, healthy body, and my mind is free. Or not my mind is free. My mind is open and receiving inspiration and happiness daily. Ah. So you have a morning and an evening. And it just like, and my 4th grader is learning about like paragraph structure right now. 3 to 5 sentences constitutes a paragraph. So all you have to have is 3 to 5 sentences. And you've got a paragraph. Hold on, I drink. Water is good for you. Okay, and so positive present tense, paragraph in the morning, paragraph in the night, about the things that you want to experience as if it's happening now. Okay, so we've got goals, right after goals. We got vision board, put those goals on a vision board, and then we've got story. Write it down as if it's already happening in your life. And then all of these things, repetition, intensity. What was the other? Visual and verbal. Okay. Okay, so we're getting to visual and verbal on the story one. Are you ready? You ready? So excited. Okay, so we've written a story. Cool. Don't just shove it in your drawer now and call it good. Okay, you're going to use that story. Just like you use your vision board, instead of like having it be just a piece of another artwork on your wall, like you're going to use it, right? You're going to stand in front of it. You're going to be ready. You're going to draw the things to you. You're going to talk to them, and you're going to imagine holding them. And if you can imagine smelling them, like put as much of the 5 senses into it as you can. Same thing with your story. You're going to want to read that sucker. Like, read it, okay? It's in black and white. So your eyes are going, okay, so there's the visual part. The left brain is going, okay, this is black and white. It's written down. It must be true. So we trick the brain so it can go right through that raz. The bouncer, the filter doesn't kick it out. It's like, hey, this isn't black and white. I think this is legit. We should probably listen to this. And then if you speak it, oh, you're creating that vibration again that you hear. So now you see it, you say it, and you hear it. And then if you can imagine the feeling, like what would it feel to have that happiness and joy? How would it feel to you to be able to get up out of bed and do all the things that you want to do in the wintertime and not be left stuck in bed feeling like a slob? How would that feel to you? Describe it. See if you can pull that feeling in. Fake it till you make it. It totally works. I promise. So these are some of the tools that really helped me. Like I said, I'd had a vision board. I was doing the vitamins and the lights and the exercise and diet. I was doing all of those things. But like I felt like I just wasn't connected, right? I was separated from my mind, body. They were spirit. They were all going in different directions. My spirit really wanted to create the things that it was meant to create here on this planet. It knew that it was supposed to do something. And my body was just like trapped here because my brain was all over the place. Mine was mostly in the past. I would just replay and replay and replay, and I should have done that, and I could have done that, and had I done that, would I be here? And don't do that. Bring it back to the present moment. And the quickest way to do that, I'm giving you guys an extra tool. Okay. The quickest way to bring yourself into the present moment is with your breath. So go ahead, take a deep breath in for me. And sigh out your mouth. And I want you to make that noise. A lot of people don't know that you're supposed to make a noise when you breathe out, but you want to breathe out. So, and make a noise, because when you, like that, again, you're creating a vibration. And that vibration, actually, there's these little nerves in your neck along your tubes in here that you've got that go right up into your brain. And they tell your brain, oh, I can relax. Okay, everybody, simmer down, release cortisol, turn the cortisol down, increase epinephrine, melatonin, serotonin. Let's increase those. Let's take those down. She's breathing. So let's try it again. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Can you like just almost see the stress leaving you when you do that? Like I, even standing up here going, oh, I feel so much better. Have I not been breathing this whole time? I've been talking away. Okay, so extra tool, bonus tool, yeah, breath. Because when you breathe and you focus on your breath with your mind, so it's a mindful breath, your breath becomes present. Because just like earlier I asked you to clap for tomorrow or turn around yesterday, we can't breathe tomorrow, we can't breathe for yesterday. We can only breathe right now. And so by focusing on the breath and being mindful about our breathing, we connect mind, body, and spirit. So bringing that mindfulness into your vision board. Okay, I'm here. I'm ready. And then imagine bringing those visions, those goals that you have into the present moment. Because they exist, right? So on my vision board, I have Forgotten Carols, because I want to go see that this year with my family. So Forgotten Carols exists. It's not that it doesn't exist. It just right now doesn't exist in my immediate realm right here. But if I can visualize the feeling that it's going to be sitting in the seats, looking at my kids and my husband as Michael McLean tells his corny jokes and they're laughing and then they cry because it's such a sweet story. If I can visualize that and I can bring that feeling into my body now, those items that are in that frequency get closer and closer to me. That one's called the law of attraction. And you may have heard about that from The Secret or something. But those items exist. They exist all around us. And even if it's like a brand new item, all of its constituents exist somewhere. And so you've got to pull them together and then bring them to you. So it's connecting. That is really what it comes down to, is that connection of that mind, body, and spirit. Okay. So I hope you guys learned something new today. I really hope that even if you didn't learn anything, like, okay, yeah, goals, vision board, story, that's cool, but I hope you learned a new way to see it, a new way to apply it anyway. So I would love to hear from you. I would love you to tell me what you learned, what your aha moments were, and I want to share with you a little bit more. So there was a problem. So like I said, I had a problem because I had the seasonal affective disorder, right? I got depressed really bad every winter. And I knew about the vision board and I knew about goals, and I didn't know about the story. That was a new one for me. And I had done them, but they weren't doing anything for me because I didn't know how to apply them properly. And so maybe you've gotten all this new information and you have all these really good intentions to do them, and then you don't. And if you're anything like me, it's like, okay, and I'll get started, and then I stop. And then I feel really guilty. So not only am I not doing the thing that's supposed to help me, now I have this extra like weight on top of me because I'm a terrible person. I can't even look at the vision board. Oh, and so now I've got this extra layer of guilt on top of me. Well, first of all, don't do that because that's just not nice. Be nice to yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. But if you're like me, you need someone to hold your hand. You need someone to like check up on you and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I was a personal trainer for about 3-4 years, and I needed a personal trainer myself Because I would go to the gym and I'm like, okay, I know everything I'm supposed to do. And I would pick up a weight and I would start like, okay, it's kind of getting hard. Okay, I'm going to put it down. But if I had a personal trainer, they'd be like, you can give me 5 more. You weren't sweating, you weren't crying, you weren't grunting enough yet. And so I would do like, I'd be shaking and I'd get the last couple of reps in. And then the next couple of days I'd be really sore. And it's like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know how to do this. I am a personal trainer myself. But my personal trainer would check up on me. Hey, man, how are the biceps feeling? Man, they're so sore. I can barely blow dry my hair because it hurts so bad. And it's like, okay, well, did you take this supplement? Did you drink your water? Did you do these stretches? And it's like, oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about those. It's like I knew what I was supposed to do, and I knew how to do it all. I had all the knowledge, I had all the skills, but I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't push myself to the level. And even though I knew the supplements I needed to take and the stretches I needed to do, but having somebody else there to kind of like look over and like, are you doing it? I'm watching you. Got my eye on you. To help me actually do it. It pushed me further and it helped me overcome some of the obstacles because you know what? They've been there too. Oh man, I remember when I couldn't get past lifting this certain weight and this is what I had to do to get there. And you know, if I was doing it on my own, I would have just been like, oh, must be meant to just stay at this weight. And that's good enough because it's a really good weight. That's not how it goes. So I am a personal mentor. And I offer a 3-month package that is, we meet every other week for 90 minutes, and I help you personalize your goals. I help you with your vision board. I help you with your story. And I have even, like, I can take the vision board training way deeper. I can take the story training way deeper, and I can level up all of these things for you, and I can help you. That's $2,500. Or I'm offering a new group mentoring in January. So it starts in January, and it's going to meet for 90 minutes every other week for 3 months. So it's the same thing as the 3-month personal training. This is just group. Only 20 people are allowed in, and we're going to go over vision boards. We're going to go over goals. We're going to go over stories. We're going to go over a whole bunch of other tools to get you out of your like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I just kind of do it, and then I kind of get results, and then I'm kind of not happy. Like, I just drive up to the drive-through window, and I kind of say some of the things I want, and I only get some of the things I want, and then I'm just kind of, right? So we dial it in. So it's called Upgrade Group Mentoring, and it's going to upgrade your body, upgrade your mind, and upgrade your spirit. We're going to talk about tools for your body. So we are going to talk about diet, exercise, food, and sleep. Food and diet, I said that already. So diet, exercise, and sleep. We're going to talk about those things. We're going to have goals for those. We're going to work on our mind, okay? So we're going to talk about vision board, story, and a schedule, a training for your brain training. Woo, to get the right and left side working for you, not against you. You know that 132nd second fight, flight, or freeze thing that happens. We're going to try to retrain that so the brain doesn't automatically freak out at things or freeze, you know, paralysis by analysis. I can't do that because that's scary. Or, you know what, I'm just going to fight this. This is dumb. I don't like doing this. You're dumb. That's dumb. I'm not going to tell that story. Okay. Or, you know, I'm just not going to do anything then. If I can't do it right, I'm just not going to do anything. All right, so we're going to talk about brain training. And then we're going to upgrade your spirit. So I'm going to do energy clearing. I'm going to teach you guys how to energy clear yourself, how to muscle test so you know what you need to clear, and of course, a whole bunch of meditations. Meditation is like one of my favorite tools ever. And I think meditation works in every category. Because for me, it helps my body feel more relaxed, helps my brain be more clear and focused, and my spirit be more powerful. I love meditation. So speaking of meditation, I have my Blissful Body meditation with binaural beats. If you are not familiar with binaural beats, go check it out. Google it because it's super powerful. I'll give you just like the really quick of it. Binaural beats is a brain frequency that takes your brain state from, right now you're in alpha, and then we go to beta, which is beta's you're awake, but you're kind of daydreaming. And then we have theta, and I think there's one more, delta? Anyway, Look it up, Google it. And so the theta is like deep meditation, meditative state. And for a lot of people, it takes years of meditation practice to even get there. And so these binaural beats, they take your brain there immediately. You have to wear headphones with them so you can, because one side does one side and one side does another side. It sounds really funky, but we've got beautiful music that plays over it. And I take you through these guided meditations where we take you to the past and we kind of heal what happened in the past. You know, sometimes our past is a story that we tell, right? And yes, it may be true, but it's still a story that we tell and we replay over and over and over again. And then we wonder why our life continues to turn out the same. But we're hitting replay, hitting replay. Instead of creating a new life, we're just replaying the past. And we replay the past. And if you don't want to replay the past anymore, this upgrade is going to be awesome because we're going to change all of those. And this meditation, so we go back into the past, and then we take you on a journey to the future. It's super fun, this whole visualization meditation. You get to go meet your future self and learn a couple of things from her and what she has to tell you. And you'll be really surprised. I was kind of scared the first time I did that. I'm like, what's my future self gonna do? And it was just like, oh, it was one of the most tender. The first time I did this meditation, it was like, oh, I will just cherish that meditation forever because I learned a lot about myself. And then you come back to present to learn how to create the most powerful life yet. It's awesome. So upgrade group mentoring. Like I said, my private mentoring for 3 months is $2,500. Let's check this on the board. This one that worked? No, wasn't that one. Okay. So upgrade group mentoring. Oh, I crap. Put the O and U together. You guys know what I mean. Okay. So I have personally paid for group mentoring. It cost me $2,600. So I paid for group mentoring. I'm currently in again. I keep re-upping because I keep learning amazing things. It cost me $2,600. Totally worth it. This program, the upgrade group mentoring, is worth $997. But because you're on my webinar today, because you're so awesome, right? You guys are just totally awesome. We're going to do it for $497. You have to message me today that you want this price, and I will work with you. If you don't have the full $497 today, we can work it out. But after today, it goes back up to the $997. Again, it starts in January. Also, if you do sign up today, you're going to get my Blissful Body Meditation CD. You'll get the digital copy, so it'll be in your inbox as soon as you pay the full $497. So upgrade group mentoring. Again, just to recap, it's a 3-month group mentoring program. We will meet every other week. It'll be similar to this, except for this little box over here where you can see all the people. You'll be able to actually see them. Unless you choose not to, you don't have to. But it's really fun to get to see everybody. We're going to have a Facebook group, so you can go in there. There'll be some assignments that I post in there. You'll be checking in that you did your assignments that you were supposed to do. You're going to get an accountability buddy. We'll have a weekly check-in. Even though we're only getting together every other week, there will be a weekly check-in. And let's see, am I getting everything? Body, mind, spirit, upgrade, all 3, right? Stay connected and upgrade all 3 of them in the new year. Who doesn't want that? It's going to be awesome. So go ahead and message me on Facebook if you are friends with me on Facebook, or you can email me, bodyimagebuilder@gmail.com, that you want to upgrade your life and you want in at the $497 with the free blissful body meditation. Or if you are more, you want a personal mentor, my 3-month is $2,500, and you can message me that today, and we can get together for an interview and kind of make sure that we're going to be a right fit, because I want to work with people that are ready to work, that are ready to upgrade their life and take it to a whole new level. But you guys are awesome. I hope really that you took away some good nuggets. Go write your goals down. Go write them down. Get a vision board up. Even if it's one image, get it up there. Something that lights you up, that makes you so excited that you're gonna get out of bed to try and get it, right? And then write your story. Write a story about how happy you are, how much you love the winter, and how much you love the holidays, and how healthy and vibrant and energetic you are. Start telling, catching yourself with your stories that you're telling. You know, oh man, I just can't find a job. I'm always sick. I'm overweight. I'm broke. Stop it. Start changing the way you talk about yourself. Start changing your story and start to watch your new story unfold. You guys are amazing. I love you so much. Jenny Carlson, the Body Image Builder. Again, you can email me, bodyimagebuilder@gmail.com. Have a fabulous day. Namaste. Love you guys.